Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023, and I am going to do part two of what I did yesterday. I'm going to work on it a little bit more, maybe try to fine tune it a little bit and try out different things. And hopefully by the end of the week, I will have figured out something that I actually like and go from there. So let's get started. I don't have a lot of time. It's 3:22 on Monday afternoon. I am playing golf at 4:30. We moved it back just a little bit due to the heat, but we are going to try to get in 18 holes. So here we go. I'm going to do another one later this week. I may do two premieres in one day. I don't know, because there was something I discovered in Resolve that I think is pretty interesting. I wished I would have known years ago, but let's get going. I call this the OOTeX testing project. So we're going to open that. And it's going to fire up, and there it is. So it's back over here. I'll click on that, and that should not be, there we go. So I'm not, I know why, because this got to be there. So went with two different varieties, two different versions of this. I like them both, and I'm going to continue to expand on them both. I think I'm going to work with this one right here today. And what I want to do is I want to take this, and since I know this is an exact copy of the one that's underneath it, I'm going to use the Fusion overlay right here, and I'm going to just barely move this over. If I put it right on top of it like that, that's not going to accomplish what I want. So for now, I'm just going to put it on top of it. We go back and play it, and all you're going to have is the red with a little bit of the blue showing through. So that's not functional. That's not accomplishing what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and re-engage Fusion. I'm going to move this over a little bit so I can see it. I'm just going to offset this just ever so slightly. Then when I replay it, I'm going to replay it now. Then I turn Fusion off so it doesn't get confusing. Fusion. Little Ken style humor there. So that's okay. That's closer to what I'm looking for, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to run this forward a little bit so I can see it. I'm going to mute this track because I just want to work with this track. I'm going to turn Fusion off, and I'm going to bump the size way up. Okay, so apparently the size I can only bump to up to 0.5. Well, let's see if I can go in and actually make that 1.0. Oh, looky there. So let's refresh on that. So we're going to double click on the size and put it back to 0.08, as you notice right here. And I should really turn on my SwordSoft software so that I can point some of this stuff out. And then I need to go try to figure out where it just showed up at on one of my 4 monitors, and I don't know where it's at, so I'm just going to go glance around, see if I can find it, and then go from there. Hang on one second. Mrs. K is coming into the room. All right, I am back. Mrs. K was bringing me in a sandwich. I requested a cheese sandwich, and I'm getting a cold cheese sandwich with tomato and mayonnaise, and I think she said onion, and now she's putting salt and pepper on. But anyway, so this is interesting in that I want to find where that opened up at. I know it's open somewhere because I see my mouse has changed, and I want to actually find it. You know, live unrestricted. So if you use the slider right here, it only goes up to now it's going up to 1.0. Let's see if we can change that to 2.0. A while ago, it only went up to 0.5. So let's take this and let's go 2.0. Oh, you can. Sweet. I like this. You're kind of setting the parameter. So the original one is this dot right here. That's 0.8. And when you start this, then it's going to not do what it is because we know DaVinci Resolve is such a memory hog that it just doesn't work right. But I know it's going to be good. I know that. Okay. I absolutely looking forward to the computer that I'm supposed to be getting from Arizona and dedicate it strictly to DaVinci Resolve, nothing else. We'll see. So if I grab the slider, I can do this. So 2.0 is a little too big, so I'm going to guess about right. There's about right. No, maybe a little smaller right there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come over here to the color tab, and I'm going to grab me a still, and I'm going to export that real quick. And there's a reason for this. I'm going to put this actually on my desktop because I'm going to throw it away when I'm done. This is just strictly a throwaway deal. I'm going to fire up Zoom. I'm going to hope nobody's in Zoom so I can do this without disturbing. Good, nobody's in Zoom. So I'm going to go ahead and mark Zoom as private. Nobody can come in. And I'm not even going to enable the waiting room. I'm not even going to put the bell on. So, I can't use, that's right, I forgot. Because I'm using my camera, that's fine. I can take care of that. We know that because all I got to do is come in here and deactivate the camera. And then I think maybe it'll work. Yeah, it works. So I'm going to, now there's no camera on the video up in the corner, but the camera's working. But I want to see something, so I'm going to right click on here. People get, this is kind of twofold, I guess. People get all bent out of shape on trying to come down here and find their camera. All you got to do is be on your box, right click, and you can do everything from there that you can do from down here. So I'm going to choose a background. I'm going to add an image, and we know it's on my desktop, and it's right there. We're going to open it. A little too big. Kind of getting it there, but it's a little too big. The green screen's obviously not placed right. You can see a little bit right down there of my floor because it needs, I got to do some adjustments, which I'll get done one of these days. Now, if I take the green screen off, then when I hold my hand up, you can see the green behind it. If I enable the green screen, then you can see this comes back. Enabled, it covers the whole thing. Enabled, it no green blurry, but we have that. So this is good. This is actually very good. Now I'm going to actually kill Zoom. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it running because I know I'm going to test that again. I'm going to see if I can activate the camera again. And I cannot. So I am going to kill Zoom because it would not let me do what I wanted to do. And I'm going to end the meeting for all. Now I'm going to reactivate the camera. There we go. I'm back. So that accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish. Cool. I'm happy with that. Now, before I forget, I'm going to go find where put that on my desktop. Otherwise, people will be having coronaries as to what's going on. It's right here. So I'm going to right click, delete it, and it's gone. Never happened. I don't know what this is. I'll look at that later. Okay, not going down that rabbit hole. So we're going to bring DaVinci back. Got my still. I don't really need it. I can delete this. I do believe. Maybe I cannot delete this. I thought you could. I thought you could delete. Yeah, delete selected. So that's gone. Go back to the edit page. So we're going to bring this down just ever so slightly. I thought it was coming. There we go. There we go. Not too bad. Now, if we bring this one in and we play it, then we have, now I'm not sure why. Oh, did I do away with my, oh, I did, because in changing the size, that's fine. So we want 1.26 at the end. We're going to go set a keyframe at the beginning, take us all the way down to 0, set our keyframe, come all the way back out here to the end, which is right there, but I always go a couple frames, and we want 1.26, delete, 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 enter, And now when we play that, that should be exactly what I'm looking for. There we go. Cool. A little slow, and I'm going to have to research how to make it a little bit faster. Of course, I do believe to make it a little bit faster, all you have to do is shorten the time of the clip and it will be faster. Oh yeah, much faster. I like that a lot better. So, but for today, for learning, for everything else, we're going to make it like that. Now we're going to go mess with this one a little bit. So now what do we want to do? Well, shoot, I know what I want to do. What I'm going to probably end up doing is going to be something totally different. So I'm going to kill the size by double clicking on size, and that puts that back to its original size. And if I scrub through this, that red OO is just going to stay there and not move. I still haven't figured out why the dark blue changes to light blue. And I do want to experiment with green. I want to see if on a green screen, now if I turn that off, that becomes, oh, you know why? Let's try this. What if we put this one above that one and that one below that one? Ah, there we go. Now that's predominant. I can live with that. I gotta remember which one I'm working with here. I'll get confused. I'll pull a Doug Betts. There we go. So that's the green one. I'm good with it. Now I'm gonna right click and see if I can name that. It doesn't look like I can. I thought you could name these. I know in Fusion you can F2 things. So if I F2 this, now I have to be in Fusion. I'll explain that. If I go over here to Fusion, I think if I F2, you can F2 the individual nodes. You can't. So if I come over here and I want this to be, if I F2 that, then I can name that, let's just call this orange OO. Click OK, changes it to orange OO. And it's got a duplicate, which we all know what that did. I can do the same thing here. Highlight it, F2, and this is going to be the blue OO. So a little bit of bonus coverage there, if you will. But let's get back to what we were doing because I got to keep an eye on my time. It's been about 13 minutes. So this is good. I like this. I like that. Now, can I duplicate, replicate, and do this the way I want to do it? So the first thing I want to do is make sure I'm on the right one. So I turn that off and I'm on the green, but I want to be on the red. So I want to be on this one. And I need the green one as my guidance. So I'm on the red. I want to turn on Fusion. Well, no, first thing I want to do is I want to run this all the way out to right in there. Then I want to come down here to the size, and I want to make it 1.26. Should be the same exact size, and it is, because now I get this really cool. If I move the red, I get this really cool pink behind it, and that's what I want right there. So now if I set my can I set a keyframe now here at 1.26 at the end, go back to the beginning, take this all the way down and set a keyframe? Did it set the keyframe? I don't think it did. If we play this, actually it did. Didn't look like it did, but actually it did. And then that's going to end up being right perfectly. Come on. There. Good deal. I like that. I don't like the gap between it, but I can live with the gap between it. Now I'm going to do something crazy. Now I'm going to take this one and, daggone, I really want to see, there. I really want to show Mouse clicks as though keystroke is on. So keystroke has not been showing that I'm aware of. So I'm going to leave that highlighted. What I want to do now is I want to highlight this, press my Alt key, and move this up. It did not work. So I'm going to uncheck that, recheck that, move that out of the way. I'm going to now highlight that. Alt is not showing up. Oh yeah, it's showing up over on OBS. It's not showing it. I want it to show up over here, so I'm gonna have to figure out why that's doing that. And I hope it's not something as simple as moving that around. Alt, nope, it's still showing up over on my OBS. It's a setting, I'm sure. So we'll go with what we got. So for right now, I'm gonna bring this over here, and I've got my, oh, interesting. Mute that. I'm going to disable it, not mute it. It's the same difference. So this is interesting that when I put that on top, you would think that by adding, oh, it's there. Fusion is on. I'm on the right track. So we're going to move this one slightly over this way. I don't know. That's not going to work. I can see an issue with that already. We're going to change the color. Go to something like that. That looks okay. I'm just messing with the colors right now, and then we want to place it about right. Well, I need that second one to be shown. I need that one to be shown because I want this to be, now I'm going to have to make an adjustment, and I already know that. I'm going to have to go in here to this one, and 1.26, if I put it there, my guess is that's going to dominate that. So if I put it on the inside, I want all three of them to show up is what I want. And I don't think that's going to work. So if I hit play, it has the 2. Why can't I get 3? All I'm doing is duplicating it. It's the same thing I did over in Fusion, but I'm doing it a little bit different. Instead of using the duplicate node, which is good, I'm actually using the node here. So I've got to figure out why I'm only getting 2 of the 3. So if I bring this over here, bring that up there, bring that down there, scrub through here, we still only have 2. Oh, that's kind of neat that that's now that. I don't have any of them disabled. Disabled. Turn on the first one. It's highlighted. That's the red one. Turn it off. Turn these off. I want the green one. So where's the green one? There's the green one. So we want that to be our first track, I think. I want that to be first. I'm going to turn on that. That enables that. Then we're going to turn these off. And then we want to bring this one down, turn it on. Okay, so the red one is now off a little bit. It's actually going to the opposite side, which is fine for this. And then I'm going to bring this one down, turn it on. But then it gets rid of the green one. That's kind of, it's there. There's 3 of them right there. You can see there's 1, 2, 3 here, but when I turn that on, is it because, which one is this? This is the top one. Interesting. And no, I haven't really thought this through. Now this is showing the size for that one is currently 1.05. Turn Fusion off. That's confusing. Turn it back on. Anyway, I want to get this. Surely to goodness I can do more than, okay, so do a little bit of thinking here. That's what the was. My two grain cells were talking to one another right there. One rang the other one, and the other one rang the other one. What if we turn this one off and this one off, and then we're strictly dealing with this one. What if at the end here, so we know at the beginning it's going to zoom out like it's supposed to. Fine. Not going to go through playing it, and it's going to go to right there. What if at the end, instead of making it 1.26, we make it, I can't ever remember how to do this, delete, delete, delete. What if we make it 1.30, enter? That's a little bit bigger. Then what if we turn this one on and this one on, and we stay on that one, and we go turn on the fusion, and what if we move this one slightly behind the other one? Now see, it's still only showing 2, and I was really hoping it would show 3. I was really hoping to get all 3 of these to show. Interesting. Very interesting. There's the red one. So now I'm going to turn fusion off because that gets confusing. So that's there. I'm sure that someone, Wintermute, will have an answer for me. And I want to get with him one of these nights on the after stream Zoom and actually do some work in DaVinci on this. I don't think the font has anything to do with it, because when I turn this on, it dominates. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to work with some crazy color right here. I changed everything. It only should be changing the one. It's changing everything. What if we go with just solid black? That'll stand out. Still only showing 2. So are you telling me I can't have more than 1? I think that's what it's trying to tell me. I mean, it depends on what's where, clearly. The black is on top. I'm going to figure this out. This is bugging me. So the black is on top. We need black to be on bottom, I think. We need black to be on the bottom. We need black to, since it's the biggest and the back one, we need it to be on bottom. And then we're going to bring in this one. And then we're going to bring in this one. I still only get 2. Why am I only getting, no matter what I do, I'm only going to get 2. That's crazy. That's really nuts. Because I really want more than 2. I want like 5 was my plan. So I'm going to Alt, drag, turn it on, turn on Fusion, go figure out where it's at. I'm going to Alt, drag, still got Fusion. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to turn on the track. Now let's go see what this debacle looks like. Thus the name Daily Debacle 346. And it has to do with layering, and I know that. I just got to figure out the right layers. I do know I can do this. Okay, I know I can do this. I can actually stutter step this, what I call stutter stepping. And then when I play this, it's going to have the first one, going to have the second one, going to have the third one, and then it's going to have the last 2. I can do that. That I know I can do. And I'm aware of that. That's not what I want to do, though. But I may have to do it this way to get the effect that I want. Because now if I come down here and if I extend the first one, then you're still only seeing the top 2. So I want to bring this down to here, wherever it was at. Control Z should put it back there. Control Z should put it back to its original position. So that's kind of cool. Kind of getting it narrowed down in my head what I want. I like it zooming in like that. I like it having the multiple colors like that. What I don't like is this one and this one. Even though I was messing around with it, I like this right here. It comes in, boom, changes colors, changes there, changes there. I like that. So now, at the end, at the actual end, it's going to end up being 100, which is what I want. Okay, good deal. I'll experiment more with that a little bit later, and I'll get the timing down. What I want to do now, I've got about 12-ish more minutes before I'm going to have to go pretend to play golf. I'm going to go into my photos, and I'm just going to grab any old photo. You know what? I'll poke fun of myself here. I got to go figure out what this is because it's red. So I'm going to right click, open file location. It used to be in DaVinci Resolve, Data, Zoom Homies, and it's a JPEG. Now, if I had them, and I do have this one, I believe, changed over to Brian Lightfoot's formula method of identifying, but I've got a real sneaky suspicion that if I right click, change the location, come in here to browse, go to my data drive, go to DaVinci, go to DaVinci Resolve Data, go into Zoom Homies project, go into Zoom Homies, open that up, hit change. Hopefully that's going to change in a minute. And since I don't have it down here, I can't even drag it down there. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's where that's at. But anyway, I'll poke fun at myself. Bring this down. There we go. This one's got me perplexed. Now, later on today, I'll do tonight, tomorrow, whatever, I'll do a search for that specific one, but no big deal. It's not needed right now. So, how do I want to make fun of myself? Well, I want to just bring these up one and bring this one all the way down. And then I want to extend this out to there. And then we'll hit play and see what it looks like. And I know why. I just figured something out as well. I could go for a copyright notification and put dancing, dancing, dancing. He's a dancing machine. I ain't right. All right. I like that. That's pretty cool how just strictly putting it underneath it, it changes the opacity, and then these things take precedence because of what they are. What happens if we highlight, Alt, drop this down, highlight, Alt, drop this down? Now what's going to happen? Well, it looks like because of this, that the top picture is going to dominate, so that's not what I want, but that's okay. I can deal with this. And it's going to dominate all the way through because it's the size of the picture. So what if we take the picture and we reduce the picture down? And you guys have seen me do this many times before. And we reduce the picture down to here. And then we reduce the picture down, kind of give it that mirroring effect. And then when you hit play, then obviously you're not going to see the OO because it's all underneath except for that last one. And then you get that. And that's pretty cool. I'm slowly going to get this what I want. So I'm going to stop it right there, because what if I wanted this last picture right here to be strictly in the OO? What if I wanted the second picture right here to strictly, I don't see it. Oh, I don't see it because it's being, so we're going to put that back to the way it was. Now, that's going to stay there. So to do this the way that I should do it, which I'm not going to right now, I would animate this picture so that when this happens right here, it actually comes in with that one. And that's not going to be that hard to do, and kind of sort of what I'm doing. All right, I've been 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because by the time I bring this back into DaVinci, and add the title, add the music, add the cute little text things, add the transitions, add anything else that comes to mind, it's going to be 35, 36 minutes in length. Thank you all for watching. KenStat Live tonight will be 9 o'clock as opposed to last night, which was 9:30, which was due to me playing golf. I'll get with a couple people to figure out what's going on with SwordSoft as to why when I do this, it shows up over there instead of on this, which I believe this is my, and this is monitor number 1. So I'll have to get into SwordSoft. Thank you guys. Have a great night. See you tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. All right, Doug, which button is it you got to push? Is it this one? Nope, I didn't do it. Is it this one? 0 for 2. Let's go for the trifecta.